guys, I got corona. No, I'm just fucking with you. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry, that was probably tasteless. I know the whole world's in like a shit fit right now with the whole coronavirus thing. And, so you probably turn into YouTube just for something to do because your work shut down or the stores are all closed or whatever's going on. Anyway, hopefully this will be somewhat of an enjoyable video, but probably mildly boring because this was up in Orillia, Ontario. And I went out to this lake and I was like, oh shit, there's going to be snowmobilers everywhere. There's tracks and I see the trucks with the trailers for snowmobiles. So pull in here at the beach and get ready to fly. And like I literally see two snowmobiles for only a couple of seconds each. So, spoiler alert, it's not going to be an action-packed video, but you're going to get to listen to me ramble on, and you're going to get to see, a nice frozen lake up in Orillia, which is a nice place. Go visit if you get the chance. Okay, so I guess we'll start off talking about the big topic of the moment right now. Obviously, COVID-19. Yeah, I guess it looks like this is actually going to be a bigger thing than people originally thought. So it actually is affecting my drone right now because, 2 weeks ago, I got an email from DJI saying that the new Mavic Mini battery was available for purchase. So right away, I'm on there and I'm like, oh crap, I got to order this because this is what I need because I got my trip to Dominican coming up in a few weeks. So I order my battery. And it's through DHL, like Pure Later, but DHL. So anyway, I'm watching my tracking and I see, first of all, I thought it was coming from California, but it wasn't. It was coming from China. So it comes from China and then lands in the States, I think in LA. And then from there, it's got to work its way across the country. Pretty quick though, anyway, like it flies over or something. It landed in Toronto. And all of a sudden it gets out to Stony Creek, which is where our processing facility is, and it stops and it says shipment stopped at request of sender. So I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like it's bought and paid for on my credit card. The payment's gone through. I've got my receipt. There's no reason for it to be stopped. So I tried calling them the one day, but they were closed. So then I had to wait, and now I'm thinking like country of origin was China, and so I was thinking like, oh no, are they like stopping shipments from there? And so anyway, long story short, I called them in the morning, and they're like, oh, I'm not sure what's going on with this. I'm gonna evaluate it, whatever, and we're gonna call you back within like 2 hours. So they didn't call me back within 2 hours. They called me back at like the end of the day, and I couldn't answer the phone. I was working. And they just left a message saying that, they were still working on it and it had been escalated to the next level. Ultimately, long story short, like 2 days later or whatever, it was released from whatever the hell Chinese hold they put on it. And I've got my battery, but I'm not all about getting that COVID 99 or whatever the hell 19. So it's still in its package. I haven't even opened it. We'll let that disease die off before we start handling it. The Chinese disease. I just had to say that because it's kind of funny when Trump keeps calling it the Chinese disease. I'm not sure how I feel about that, if it's racist or not. I realize I've been reading Twitter and I'm one of those dudes that's like kind of right in the middle of shit. I don't, I wouldn't say I agree with them, but I wouldn't say I disagree with them. I don't know, because I don't know, like if something came out of Australia, if there was an Australian disease and someone's like, oh, the Australian flu, I wouldn't think anything of it. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, yeah, it originates in Australia. So I don't know. I can't really say if I find that racist or not. I don't know. Because then, like the Spanish flu, was that a racist thing to say? I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments. Maybe it's just stupid. I'm just rambling on at this point with that anyway. But anyhow, we are not going to lick the battery. And so, we're on the COVID shitaroo there. So trip scheduled, Dominican. I don't think so. Not gonna happen. Trip's canceled. I'm pissed. Like this Mavic Mini was purchased no matter what anyway, but with this trip in mind. Like I bought the second battery for the trip. The idea was that I was going to go down there and make some awesome videos, and now that sucks. And you don't get a refund, but they are giving us a credit that can be used like within the next 2 years on another trip. And it's a good chunk of change. It's like $6,000. So essentially, Air Canada gets an interest-free $6,000 loan until we use the trip, right? The money's in their pocket or their bank account gaining interest, but we haven't actually got to use it. So I don't know. To me, it seems like they kind of got a interest-free loan. I'd rather they just give you your money back and whatever. But anyway, what else is there to discuss here? I'm going to be, for my reef tank people, anyone that likes watching my aquarium videos, got a new tank in the living room. We took the bedroom tank down, got rid of it, and got a new tank. So it's a Fluval Evo 13 gallon. Pretty cool little tank. I'm sitting right next to it. And yeah, that's cool. There's going to be a video coming up on that. And what else do we got? I changed a few things around in my other tank, so I'll be putting a video on that as well. But that's not a big deal. What else? I had some shit to talk to you guys about here. Oh, I know. I was going to talk about some of my recent uploads and the comments on them. I actually find them pretty funny, so people are more than welcome to leave nasty comments on all my videos. I don't care. Some stuff I'll respond to, some stuff I won't. But I'll never delete comments. You can say whatever the hell you want, and it's cool, but so when I uploaded my video, one of my most recent videos, which was the flying over Dundas Peak, and this chick tries to throw a rock at the drone. And it's amazing how many people are like, oh, yeah, because you were invading her space and this and that, saying that I had no right flying the drone that close to somebody. But I was probably like 60 feet away from her. And like, people are, I don't know, I got to just say, like, the people that made those kind of comments are just stupid. She doesn't own the lookout point. It's not hers. And if she didn't want to be filmed, so I guess here's let's look at the different scenarios. What she could have been angry about. She could have been angry that there's a toy helicopter flying around. Maybe she didn't like the buzz of it or whatever. Just because you don't like someone's toy, maybe it's not the buzz of a toy she's used to. But you can't just throw rocks at it. You know what I mean? If the neighborhood kid is running his little RC car out in the street and she doesn't like the noise, does she have the right to throw a rock at it? Or if somebody else was on that rock face up there, whatever, with their little RC, and I've got an RC car, so if I was up there, could she throw a rock at it because she didn't like the noise? But nah, probably not. So then you think, okay, maybe she doesn't like being filmed. Well, everywhere you go in life has a camera, whether it's the bank, a traffic light, a bus, your school or your work. Everywhere you go has got cameras. So I don't know, suck a dick. That's just reality. It's out there. There's nothing you can do about being on camera. Not to mention, odds are she takes a million selfies a day anyway. But even if that, she didn't like being on somebody else's camera. So what if I had rode my bike up there with a couple of friends and my friend took a picture of me overlooking the overlook and she was in the background? Could she throw a rock at me then? Anyway, the moral of the story, she's a bitch. I don't know. I don't, that's all I can say. Um, What else? There's an abandoned factory I flew around. One of my first real flights with my drone. I don't think I mentioned this in any of my other videos, but like a few days later, maybe a week later or whatever, apparently some homeless dude went in there and tried to steal some wire and actually like electrocuted himself and killed himself. So rest in peace to Sparky there. And I don't know. I've been driving around testing out my new dash cam. Got some cool footage I uploaded to my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, cdnstudman, I think it's in my description bio or whatever for YouTube. So you should follow me on there because you get to see some various other crap from life, which is fun. And just for a note here. I watched that snowmobile go off. I actually have some old snowmobile videos on my channel from years ago, and I love snowmobiling. But I got to tell you, I'm glad I didn't get one this year. Like, I was kind of tempted at the beginning of the season, but I would have been super pissed. There's been like no snow. There's me coming out here to look. I was actually trying to put my eyes on the water to see if there was, or ice rather, to see if there was any snowmobiles out there, but I wasn't seeing any. So yeah, what a crappy spot. And then I'll tell you what the kicker was though. So I'm standing here and I'm parked in that lot, but once I got over here, I could hear them buzzing around. Like, this is like a bay, and then once you cross that road that you just saw, there's like another body of water, which is now ice, and you could hear them zipping around over there. But I didn't want to have to land it and then like go drive over there, or whatever. It's a busy road and stuff, so I just kept holding on to the dream that snowmobilers would come along here, but didn't happen. Well, I said didn't happen, but the two did. Um, so then right here, what I'm actually looking for is from where I was standing on the ice, I could see something out on the ice. Not the snowmobile, of course, there's that, but and I ended up trying to figure out what it was, but never did, so that kind of sucked. I know this is the most random video. I'm just trying to give you guys something to talk about while we're doing this. I wish I had like a phone in radio show or something. I'd love to actually like figure out how to do a live video, maybe, with something like this playing, and actually sit and talk to, interview somebody, and we could talk about anything in life, really. Um, I don't know, like, doesn't really matter. I'd be open to chat about anything. Talk about my cat because she's so fucking cute. She's like just sitting there sleeping like a little sweetie. Um, what else will I tell you? I'll tell you that if you guys are into reef tanks, my reef tank, I had Aptasia in it, which I was showing, and so I got a rockfish, or no, not a rockfish, a filefish, and he's actually being a bit of an ass and nipping at my coral. He's supposed to eat Aptasia anemones, but he keeps nipping at my acans, which are like, not a cheap little coral. It's actually a really nice coral, so I'm worried that he's going to mess that up. So he may have to switch tanks, or I'll have to flush him down the toilet, or I don't know, put it in a Ziploc bag, tie him to the drone, and then take him for a ride with the drone or something. Uh, I on Facebook the other day I saw a link for something. I don't know if I have the page open here. I'm just going to grab my phone quickly and have a look. If I do, I'll tell you guys the name of it, and it apparently is a website that can, yeah, here it is, and it can unlock the full potential of your DJI drone. It says fly as usual without the restrictions, and it will take away the max height and like flight restricted areas, like areas where you can't fly or whatever, the no fly zones. I don't think I'm going to participate with this, but if you want to, it's called No Limit Drones, but drones instead of an S at the end is a Z.com. So go ahead, check that out. They got some YouTube videos and whatnot. That might be cool. And KFC sent me an email just letting us know that they are open. And yeah, anyways, what a crazy world. Like the other day I was in Walmart and I was tempted. I had my drone, it was in my truck. Tempted to like go out and get it and fly it around inside Walmart, which I want to open up the Walmart challenge 100%. If anyone out there actually has the balls to do this, this would be freaking funny as hell. I would love to see somebody just go fly their Mavic Mini around Walmart. So I wanted to do it. The problem is it's like it's my local Walmart. It's the one that I go to all the time. So I don't want to, screw that up. I need to be able to go in there and shop. I don't want to like them to kick me out or something. So I'm really hoping one of you guys will do it. That way I get to see the effect without having the aftermath. But if not, then I don't know, maybe I'll just drive out to like a Walmart in Toronto or somewhere else where it doesn't really matter if they kick me out of the store. I just think it would be funny to fly the drone through Walmart. Like, you know what I mean? Just walking right under it or whatever. Like, go to the back of the store, take it off and then to start walking towards the front door with it flying above you and whatever, and just walk out the door. If they try to stop you, be like, yeah, I'm leaving, and fly out with your drone. So if anybody wants to do that, that would be awesome. And then I was also tempted to go and fly it like in the mall before I thought about doing it at Square One in Mississauga, because it's got some really, really nice, big, wide open, straight, like, grand hallway things or whatever. So if you went there early in the morning before the crowds came, you could totally like zip it, and it's a big, long stretch. So once again, just like going into empty buildings, I just don't have the balls to do these things. I come up with these fun ideas, but it's different to actually get out there and do it. Well, we're coming back in here. By the way, I should happy birthday to my like grandma. This is why I was actually in Aurelia. She's turned 99 and still living on her own and all that. So good for her. She's a little bit upset because she has a feeling that she's going to live to be 100, and she says that that's not right, and nobody should have to live that long. So she's still like a spunky old broad, living on her own and doing her own thing. So good for her. But yeah, I guess I don't know. That's a topic for a whole another video. How long do you think you should live? And although I guess really for me, I would say if I was in her shoes and still living on your own and able to take care of yourself, nothing wrong with it. But the minute you're having to wear diapers and being like a senior center and you're drooling on yourself and stuff, forget it. I don't want to be around for that. But anyway, we're coming in for the landing, and I'm sorry it was such a crappy video. I just wanted to put something. It's been like whatever, a week or two since I put anything out, so I thought I better do something. And the reef tank videos will be coming up. I just wanted to wait until it was kind of everything was settled in and looking right. So I'll catch you guys next time. Sorry this video sucked. Be sure to subscribe for more sucky videos. Peace out.